Hey guys, Remy Bunny up here. I know I haven't done a video in like forever. I haven't even been on like RuneScape for the last 2 weeks. But like, I was gonna make one last week, but then my Wi-Fi card decided to go all shit on me, so I didn't make it on that day that I decided to make it. But here I am, I'm back. And I'm going to talk about some of the more recent things in RuneScape. Unfortunately, there's been like no real content updates. Well, what have we got? We've got Hadi and Skull, which means nothing to me because I'm maxed out and everything. Oh, that frustrates me. We got the Flash Powder Factory nerf. So last week I was actually going to talk about the Flash Powder Factory. I had all the Flash Powder Factory videos loaded up and everything, and I was ready to go. I was going to count the game ticks for all the obstacles and all that shit. And I didn't have to, and I didn't because it got nerfed. So I lucked out on that one. I did not waste my time going through all that bullshit. So I have not gotten back into the game yet. I have not done the new Firemaker's first quest or anything. I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for the next big update, which hopefully will be the Bounty Hunter update. Hopefully. Which I won't play, but I'm trying to merch off of it. Yeah. So, what's been in the news lately? Jagex raised the price of RuneScape up like $1, or was it €1 or something? Which I think makes sense. I kind of saw that coming. Apparently this year, Jagex made their most revenue, but made the least profits, or something like that. So they made a lot of money, but they also spent a lot of money, presumably on like bot busting. So I mean, good on them. I think they don't deserve it. They need the extra money right now to actually produce content. They haven't produced like any major content in the last fucking year. So as much as I like seeing bots getting nuked and all, I feel like there needs to be more new game to play. I'm rambling. Okay. So welcome to the first episode of what I'm going to call Grimy Soapbox, where I'm just going to sit here and talk to you about shit. What I've realized is that like I try out really hard to put like all this data and knowledge into spreadsheets and writing, but that's not like actually like might not be the best way to handle things, because a lot of it is trivia, and people don't like. Do you look up a book and look up trivia? I don't think that's the best medium to communicate with trivia. So I'm gonna start doing YouTube videos like once a week, twice a week, and I'm just gonna proceed like that to offload all of my various information, knowledge. So I'm gonna start this week's episode off with a shout out to Wicked, who up until recently has been in the hospital. So best wishes for him. I hope he makes a full and swift recovery. But he and Kelly, so Ardent Souls is broken off from XP Waste for various reasons. Blackmail, them being douchebags, yeah, Ardent Souls admins being douchebags. But we get to keep Wicked and Kelly and all of them. So we got the good stuff. We got all the good and useful admins. What they're doing is Wicked and Kelly are gonna make a new clan chat for PVM, and it's essentially going to be to PVM what DGS was to Dungeoneering. It's going to be a CC. If you are already a DGSer, if you've applied to DGS and you've been accepted, you do not need to apply to this new CC. So easy break for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to their new subforum, which I think is still called Ardent Souls right now. I should check. I should also know this. Yes, so anyways, we'll sort that out soon. You're gonna apply, and then you don't need to be necessarily well equipped, well geared. Wicked's goal is to get people into PVM and getting people good at PVM. It's like a teaching CC. As long as you're not just like sitting there and leeching, he'll take you. As long as you can see that you're dedicated, he'll teach you, and it's a great deal. If you're interested in PVM, go do this, because Wicked is like one of the most awesome RuneScapers you will ever meet. Next up, my second and last shout out. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, Ancient has been keeping track of prices of rares and luxury items. So that's Spirit Shields, Next Gear, rares. I think that's it. Am I missing something? let's just scroll through this little spreadsheet list here he made, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So props to him. This requires a lot of dedication, logging in every 1 day or 2 days and just looking up the price of everything. I tried doing this. I've tried filling in for him for like a day or two, and it just took me like 15 minutes because to get these prices you have to go into like these CCs, and you may not be ranked in the CCs, and then like what the hell happens if you don't? You have to wait like 5 minutes to log into the CC to check the price of Torva helmets. And you go in and then like you ask, hey, what's the price of Torva helmets? And maybe that guy that knows all the prices at every single period of time, maybe he's not online. So like, so props to the ancient. This is very useful, and we all benefit from him. And I can't imagine like how much dedication it takes for him. And look at this chart over here. Isn't it so sexy? He also made this stat converter. Also very cool. This is very new. I just found about this today. But yeah, it's good stuff. So that's the end of my shoutouts. Be sure to check out Wicked's new clan chat. He's tentatively calling it TCC for Take the Crown. But he's looking for suggestions. And also check out Ancient's pricing spreadsheets. It's good stuff. It's hard enough like to look up prices, but also have that and a pricing history thing. So now I'm gonna go talk about my own things. I've made 3 spreadsheets recently. So I've actually finished my Runecrafting spreadsheet for once. Finally. Oh my god. This involved so much time. I actually ran around to all like the altars and counted the tiles it would take to run on average. Also figured out, do you know that like some teleports, like if you take the Glory Edgeville teleport, it plops you down in one specific box. If you do another teleport, it's a 5x5 box of random, relevant rambling on my part. So more importantly, spreadsheet. Okay, I believe a lot of people that use my spreadsheets still don't know how to edit the spreadsheets. So that's a problem. So for those of you who don't know, this is a quick tutorial. You need a Gmail account, and you need to be logged into your Gmail account. So do that, log into a Gmail account. Then you click File and Make Copy. Make a copy. So you make a copy of the spreadsheet, and now you have a copy of my spreadsheet, which you can use, and you have full editing access. You can do whatever you want to it. And you need a Gmail account because this spreadsheet is not stored on your computer. It's stored on the Google servers. And you need a Gmail account to store stuff on the Google servers. So you do that. So now you can run around and you can edit stuff. So like, you see the GE price is 33, okay? Maybe you think GE is wrong, okay? GE is fucking wrong. Rune Essence is not 33 GP today. It is 10 GP because Jagex released a new bot. You can type in 10 and the spreadsheet will fix itself. Like, you'll see the prices change and all that shit. And you can change it back. That's not what I'm trying to get into. I think most people understand what each of the columns of the spreadsheet mean, but I'm going to go through everything anyways. So resource 1, 2, those are your inputs. What you have to put in, number, how much. In the case of the Runecrafting spreadsheet, I do 1 per essence. So that's why like the numbers here are really, really small. Like I got 0.014666 repeating. Okay, willow logs. That just means I'm just sending 1 willow log per inventory, which means 0.014666 repeating willow logs per essence. So if you want to edit that, you can do that. Otherwise, this little cell here will calculate it for you. Then your product, how many runes you get per essence, inventory, how many essence you're carrying per run, how much time it takes you to run to the altar, and how much time it takes you to craft. So it's the run time plus the crafting time, but not the banking time. This is the banking time. This column is the banking time. And XP, how much XP you're getting per essence. This can change because there are items that boost your XP and all that stuff. Okay, next, how much essence you're crafting per hour, how much money you're making or losing per hour, how much XP you're making, I guess you can't lose XP, how much XP you're making per hour, how much money it's going to cost you per XP, and then your efficiency ratio, which I will not get into for this video. So next, oh, another shout out, Charlie Brown, who is no longer with us. He's not playing RuneScape anymore as far as I know. He did this huge favor for me. He took he wanted to get 99 runecrafting, and over the course of 99 runecrafting box, if you do another teleport, it's a 5x5 box of random. So it's relevant rambling on my part. So more importantly, spreadsheet. Okay, I believe a lot of people that use my spreadsheets still don't know how to edit the spreadsheets. So that's a problem. So for those of you who don't know, this is a quick tutorial. You need a Gmail account, and you need to be logged into your Gmail account. So do that, log into a Gmail account. Then you click File and Make Copy. Make a copy. So you make a copy of the spreadsheet, and now you have a copy of my spreadsheet, which you can use, and you have full editing access. You can do whatever you want to it. And you need a Gmail account because this spreadsheet is not stored on your computer. It's stored on the Google servers. And you need a Gmail account to store stuff on the Google servers. So you do that. So now you can run around, you can edit stuff. So like, you see the GE price is 33, okay? Maybe you think GE is wrong, okay? GE is fucking wrong. RuneScape is not 33 GP today, it is 10 GP because Jagex released a new bot. You can type in 10 and the spreadsheet will fix itself. Like, you'll see the prices change and all that shit. And you can change it back. That's not what I'm trying to get into. I think most people understand what each of the columns of the spreadsheet mean, but I'm going to go through everything anyways. So, resource 1, 2, those are your inputs, what you have to put in, number, how much. In the case of the Runecrafting spreadsheet, I do 1 per essence, so that's why like the numbers here are really, really small. Like I got 0.01, 0.014666 repeating. Okay, willow logs. That just means I'm just sending 1 willow log per inventory, which means 0.014666 repeating willow logs per essence. So if you want to edit that, you can do that. Otherwise, this little cell here will calculate it for you. Then your product, how many runes you get per essence, inventory, how many essence you're carrying per run, how much time it takes you to run to the altar, and how much time it takes you to craft. So it's the run time plus the crafting time, but not the banking time. This is the banking time. This column is the banking time. And XP, how much XP you're getting per essence. This can change because there are items that boost your XP and all that stuff. Okay, next, how much essence you're crafting per hour, how much money you're making or losing per hour, how much XP you're making, I guess you can't lose XP, how much XP you're making per hour, how much money it's going to cost you per XP, and then your efficiency ratio, which I will not get into for this video. So next, oh, another shout out, Charlie Brown, who is no longer with us. He's not playing RuneScape anymore as far as I know. He did this huge favor for me. He wanted to get 99 runecrafting, and over the course of 99 runecrafting, so he went from like, let's open up the spreadsheet so we can know what the fuck he did. Okay, so he went from 94 to 99 runecrafting, okay? Holy crap, that's like a third of all of your runecrafting XP. That is insane. He did a lot of work, and he logged all of it. 183,000 essence run and logged at ZMI, and we're all going to benefit from his knowledge. What we did with it was I did a linear interpolation with his data, so now we can estimate how many runes you make, how much money you're going to make off of ZMI, and how much XP you're going to make off of ZMI. So yeah, good stuff. I've added the combination runes, I've added tiaras, I've added RC guild, assuming that you're like rigging the games. This is 3,000, I'll get into that later. So what I found out is that RuneScape's a really complicated and hard-coded game, so there's a lot of parameters that you need to consider when you're talking about XP rates. I used to try to plot them all on the front page, which some of it still is there. Like, you can plop in your runecrafting level, 99, and it'll account for that. So like, I'm 99 runecrafting, so I make 10 air runes per essence, which makes sense. So if like I change it to 77, spreadsheet automatically updates. You will now make 8 armadillo runes per essence, and you'll make 8 air runes per essence. But so some of it's stored here: robe set bonus, peak APM, blah blah blah. The rest of it is stored on the separate sheet. So if you this sheet, I believe Hmm. Hmm. This sheet overrides the front sheet, or does the front sheet override this sheet? I don't know, but you can figure it out. So green cells, in all my spreadsheets, green means you can edit it. You can edit these too, but I would not recommend that unless you know what you're doing. So yeah, don't do that. What you can do here, so you know the master Runecrafting rope set, they'll give you a bonus to your XP. You can type in true, and then your hat will be on, so forth. Good stuff. What else? We have the pack yak pouch. This is actually, you can type in a number of pouches here for tiaras. You can do like spirit, terror bird pouch, and then all, see, 12 inventory spaces. It knows. This little H box here, it knows how much room. I assume 28 for the pack yak, because you can fill 28 essence into a pack yak in one inventory trade. The last 2 essence are not worth the time. Dude, it takes like so long to fill in a pack yak, fill your beast of burden. It's unbelievable. Last thing, I'm going to start coding my spreadsheets with APM. So what this means is how quickly you're willing to click at like points. So in this case, peak APM has to do with banking. The only time in Runecrafting where you need to click really fast would be bank, because you want to save time banking, so you click fast. Yeah, blah blah. So typical APM for like a gamer on RuneScape, because it's about 60 to 100. It's pretty casual. For metagamer, I'm gonna assume 200. That's about me when I skill. 300 to 500 is humanly possible, but that's really pushing the limits of things. Okay, just so you have an idea. So let's say I want to reduce my peak APM to 60. I click once per second, on average. Not on average, at most. Now, the spreadsheet's gonna update itself. Should be updating itself. Come on. What are you doing? Player specs, BBB. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I did something wrong here. This is not okay. This needs to be equal to 200, and this needs to be equal to this. As you can see, I do a lot of testing on my spreadsheets. I don't do that much testing on my spreadsheets. I should do more. So this will be fixed now on my main spreadsheet. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. So now, as you can see, when I change the APM value, I only want to click no more than once every 60 seconds, once every second. So I put in my peak APM 60. Now you can see my runecrafting rate is much lower because I am a noob and I'm much slower at clicking. So good stuff. If you don't want to work that hard at a skill, but you still want to know how efficient you're going to be, you can do that now. You can just type in an APM and all that good jazz. So no more discussion about, oh, I can't actually fletch these many bolts per hour. We'll just lower your peak APM number. Good stuff. Oh, I forgot this too. Income. All of my spreadsheets have an income. You need to know your income to know what's the most efficient way to skill is. And yeah, I think most of you know that. So plug that in, 3 mil. You can do certain numbers, so like I can do 3 mil, I can do 10 mil. It'll still interpret as 10 mil GB per hour. I can do what else? I can do like 5K. I'm super poor. I can do 5K. What I can't do, you cannot put a decimal point. So I cannot do 3.1 mil. It will interpret this wrong. It'll interpret it like you'll get answers, but you'll get numbers, but these numbers will be wrong. Do not put a decimal point in. Just put in like 3 mil. So yeah, that will be my runecrafting spreadsheet, which apparently has bugs, which I will fix. So just trust that I will fix them. Next up, Markov spreadsheet. I'm not going to really go into depth about what a Markov is. For those of you who know what geometric series is, apparently a Markov is a formula that uses geometric series in matrix format to calculate stuff. In this case, it happens to calculate stuff that applies to how overkill loss is calculated and how many hits it takes to kill a monster and yada yada yada. So I made this in Google Doc. It's a very scaled down version, so I'm assuming that the monsters have like 100 hit points. Obviously, like almost no monster in RuneScape has 100 hit points, but I just did this as like mental exercise. We can figure out how much overkill loss is on like a typical basis, and we figured out two things. Two things. We figured out two things, and my spreadsheet is loading. Okay, this is like a huge fucking calculation, so it takes a long time. So this here are numbers of how much overkill loss you're gonna be receiving, and it's getting the units of how much what percent of your max hit you're gonna be losing on the monster on average. And what you'll find is that for most scenarios, your overkill loss is pretty much stable at around 64%. So I use this later. I assume overkill loss is 64%. You'd think it'd be like 50% or something, but apparently it's not. And I don't really, it's not my job to understand how exactly the Markov works and drive and all that. I just know that it works. So trust me on this one. Last thing, I used to calculate the bonus from equilibrium equilibrium. So what I did was I took a min hit, a max hit, and then I plugged in the equilibrium bonus, and I took a look at how much of a benefit you got from it. And it'll be, it's in units of what ratio of the target's life points you're hitting with your max hit. So let's say your max hit is 4% of the target's max hits. You add in equilibrium increases your kill rate by 0.2%. So completely trivial. So let's say we're talking about something like a Slayer monster, where you're hitting 45%-ish of the target's max hit. In which case, equilibrium will be boosting your kill rate on average by 2.5%. There's a flaw with this though. Equilibrium, I'm pretty sure, I am almost positive it does not work with Slayer helmets. I've not tested this because I do not own equilibrium, and I've not gotten around to ask anybody who has equilibrium to test it for me. What I did do was I tested equilibrium with a dark bow with Bruno Killer, and what we found was it did not stack with the spec. So, and we know that special attack multipliers are the same multipliers used in Slayer helmets. So by that, I'd say most likely does not help. Equilibrium does not stack with your Slayer helmet. It does work with their cannon though, so this will help. So based on that, I'd estimate equilibrium boosts your kill rate on Slayer on average by like 2% for most tasks, maybe like 1% for other tasks. It doesn't help as much if you're fighting like ice strike worms, because you're hitting so high, but all of that is multipliers, which I probably don't stack with your equilibrium, so I would not use it on ice strike worms. Or let's say what else? I would not use it on something really beefy with a lot of hit points that you're meleeing, or something like Abyssal Demons. Probably equilibrium's not as good on. It's fairly good on, but not as good. Anything with a lot of hit points, equilibrium is not gonna help as much. It helps with overkill loss. You get amazing like benefit from like if it pushes you to like guaranteed one hit kill. Like if I use equilibrium to hunt those little chompy birds for like the chompy hats, it'll boost my kill rate by like 25%, which is insane. And equilibrium's awesome because it is like one of the few auras that recharges every 2 hours. So use it for 1 full hour because it lasts for an hour, and then you wait 1 more hour for it to recharge and you can use it again. And it's like a 2% bonus. Like that's so kick-ass compared to wisdom. Okay, I'm done with that. Last but not least, my DGS calculator. So for the first time ever, I actually decided to take all of my spreadsheet knowledge and compile it into like a fairly rigorous calculator. So once again, file, make copy, yada yada yada, and then you can edit your own copy of my spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet is meant to be comprehensive. I'm gonna just go through once again, green means you can edit. Okay, guys, I believe that's straightforward. I've input this data spreadsheet has information on every last item in Dungeoneering. So like my weapon is primal 2H sword, I can click this little arrow box, and then it takes a while to load because I'm storing every piece of every item in the in Dungeoneering in here. So go through that, find the item that you're looking for. This should actually allow me to scroll. Okay, there we go. Google Doc bugged out there. There's a scroll bar. You can go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top. Pick the weapon of your choice. You can do that for all of your items. You're in your Berserker ring, whatever ring you're using, what ring tier you have, so forth. Put in your skill levels here. There will be no drop-down box, so just put in a number. There is data validation in the spreadsheet, so if you type in fuck you here, the spreadsheet will say no, fuck you is not a defense level, and then we'll change it back to some other number. So good stuff. When I first made this spreadsheet, it did not occur to me to put in a cell for overloads, because I figured, oh, you can just type in your attack level, 125 here. Yeah, it's good stuff. Except for that doesn't work for magic, because like magic is based on how much you're over magic level. Okay, so I did a rough hardcode edit. So if you type in like 106, the spreadsheet will know that you're +6, +7 boosted, +8 boosted because of potions. +7. Oh fuck, my math sucks right now. So you're +7 boosted with potions. So any level above 99 magic will count towards your magic damage bonus. Okay. But let's say you're level 80 magic and you're boosted +7. The spreadsheet's not going to know that. So not a perfect solution, but it'll have to do. I'm just going to assume most players Dungeoneering will have 99 magic. At least the ones that are raging will have 99 magic. Good enough. Let's see, stance. What stance are you using? This determines your style bonus. So like if you're aggressive, you get +3 /. Also, this combos with the ring. So if you're using Berserker and aggressive, you get the bonus. If you're saying using Berserker and accurate, you don't get a ring bonus. The spreadsheet is very smart. It knows things. It knows things like that. This little box here, mob statistics. This is what the monsters are doing to you, because the spreadsheet not only calculates how much DPS you're doing, it also helps you determine how much DPS monsters do to you. So I plugged this in with roughly Skeletal Ranger, I believe. Yes, so it's ranged, 6 attack speed. Wait, that's not a Skeletal Ranger. Skeletal Rangers have 7 attack speed. Okay, so this is like a Zombie Ranger. It's ranged at 6 attack speed. It's maxed at about 300. And its attack rating and defense rating are about 150. So it's good stuff. Monster has about 1,000 life points, and right now, estimate overkill loss is false. You can estimate it, and it'll just assume the 64% that I calculated from the Markov spreadsheet. So if you want to do that, good stuff. Just switch it from false to true, the little arrow button, and it'll account for your DPS over here. Good stuff. So the rest is self-explanatory. You can type in your defensive bonuses, your strength bonus, range strength, magic damage bonus, weapon speed, yada yada yada. Okay, last thing, prayers and hex bonus. So hex bonus still isn't fully understood. I think it scales by 5%. I'm not sure. DGS does have a hex spreadsheet that is not complete, because fuck, it would take so much time to like sniper hex every single monster in Dungeoneering. But maybe I'll release that sometime soon if I have the free time and the inclination to actually finish calculating all the hex bonuses. And finally, the prayers. Once again, just type in a prayer that you want, and it'll do it. Only thing you need to know is that combo prayers override the other prayers. So if you turn on Rigor, and let's say you type in that you have Rigor and Eagle Eye on the same time, Augury and Eagle Eye. Obviously, we can't pray these two things in game. And the spreadsheet knows this, so the spreadsheet will assume that you're praying Augury, but you're not praying Eagle Eye. Okay, got it? Good stuff. Alright, that's been it for this week's YouTube video. Hopefully I'll be able to upload another one next week with some more rambling information. And good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy your scaping. Hope you're closer to max than you were like a week ago, and be efficient as ever. Alright, see ya. Grimy Bunny petting out.